Welcome to Chroma's Gaming. Today I want to talk about my experience with Diablo 4's open beta. I had a lot of fun, especially with the higher drop rate. I was able to max out and re-roll pretty much everything I could. I explored as much as I could as well of Act 1. I enjoyed the little abilities that were added, what the aspects is what they're called, right? They're little attributes or stones or enhancements to your weapons and gear that in fact improve your skills, so double dash or an extra blink or some type of defensive skill. I really enjoyed those things. I think they really changed the way the game's played and can really give you a way, like, I want to go full glass cannon, I don't care about any defenses, or I want to go like mixed build, have full defense and like very little attributes to damage. Then whatever you want to do, you have a choice of really building it. Now, that being said, I'm not really sure what to expect with the end game, right? When the game's released, I'm not really sure what we're going to be seeing, right? We had a lot of legendaries drops, we had a lot of aspects and higher level gear drop in Act 1. That being said, I believe that we won't see that when the game's released because they improved our drop rate by a lot. I don't think we'll see that in the release of the game. I think a lot of people will be running around with rares for the first half of the game until they hit like a higher level where rares are more potent and more beneficial than legendaries at the time. I think it'll be interesting though to see how the game plays out. I think Diablo 4 has great potential because of the art style and the open world aspects of the game, right? That being said, I wasn't able to run full graphics on the game because I was having memory leaks. I was constantly having some type of crash. So it was kind of like a back and forth where I loved everything about the game. I loved how it looked, I loved how it felt, but there was a little bit of an issue with the performance running, that is. So in overall, I just kind of lowered everything down to about medium textures, and it stopped taking up 16 gigs of RAM, so I was happy it worked out. Everything looked beautiful. I was happy with it. What I enjoyed most about Diablo 4 was about the completion part. I was able to focus on my build of my character. I was able to follow story. I was able to complete the maps. I was able to do a whole bunch of stuff and not really have to worry about anything else in the game, right? Nothing else really concerned me. I could focus on building my character. I can focus on completing the map completion, right? Getting that 100% if I could, if it was possible. I think that was kind of cool. I liked it. I liked it about Diablo. I like completing things in Diablo. I like completing map completion is like is an addiction, right? I love doing it. So I think it's going to be fun to actually complete the whole map on on your character and trying to tackle that as a whole game. And for me, this made the game a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to play. I think the game's going to be very complex end game, but early game, for what the beta gave us, I think the game's very simple and a lot easier, a lot cleaner to play at the time. I had a great time playing again. I have a great time playing Diablo 4. That doesn't mean that there's a lot of problems with the game. I found, like I said, there's performance issues, there's character issues, there's balance issues. I think those will be addressed as the time goes on after the first season and second seasons. We'll see quality of life changes just like you do in any other game. That being said, I'm looking forward. I think as the game has tons of potential, I'm looking forward to the release, right? And what they've done now with Diablo 4 is giving the ability for players to really build their own unique design and have fun with it in a fashion, right? I think there's going to be a variety of characters to choose from build wise, and it's going to be a blast to play. I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm really interested in see endgame with it. So in that sense, right, players can look forward to multiple systems. Right? We're gonna have the uniques, we're gonna have legendaries. I think we have mythics. We have a Paragon, our prestige system. We have the aspect system for the enhancement of skills. We have the normal gem system that we've seen in the past Diablo games. I'm hoping to see a set system, right? Give us an apex, the aspect system. Give us a armor set system. Give us a weapon set. Something. I want a set system. That was like one of the biggest things in Diablo 2 that I just enjoyed having is sets. I really want to see sets in Diablo 4. Two additional things like giving us more sockets and more things like that to make things more interesting. And there's a lot of ways the game's going to be super dynamic already. So it's going to be very, very fun to play. So like I said, I think the game is great. If you are a fan of Diablo franchise, you like Diablo 2, you enjoyed somewhat of Diablo 3, I think you're going to enjoy Diablo 4. Diablo 4 has a more of a dark feel to the game, right? It's a little bit more, what I want to say, it's just darker, right? It has a different style than Diablo 3 was. And that really brings brings me back to like the Diablo 2 days where the game was just this gritty old dark game. And I think that's going to be what really brings back people to the game. I think we're going to have a mixture of a lot of different action RPG elements inside Diablo 4, and then how they execute it is what's going to be the key, right? That's the main goal. How that happens is make or break the game. So while I can't predict what the end game is going to look like, I'm not going to guess. I'll wait, play it, and then give you my opinion about it and give you guides if I can. I think we're going to have different systems, different builds, different items. I think the game I think the beta did what it needed to do. Right, it has players wanting to come back for more. It's very anticipated. I'm eager to play on June 6th, right? I pre-ordered games, so I'll be playing on June 3rd, I think it is, or June 2nd. So I'm looking forward to that. And honestly, the game has tons of elements to the game that I just enjoyed. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the music. The voice acting was great. I enjoyed killing all the hell spawns that were spawning. And honestly, I was just pulled into the story. My character was part of the story. I was having fun with the game. So if you think those things are going to be something that you enjoy too, try the game out. If you're really interested in the game, I'd recommend pre-ordering it just so you get the head start. But if you're not really caring about getting the head start and you just want to enjoy the game when it comes out, June 6th is the release date. Wait until it comes out, try it out. It is honestly a fun game for me. If you're a fan of any top-down action RPGs like Lost Ark or Path of Exiles, I think Diablo 4 is going to be just as complex as Path of Exiles with given the time. I think Diablo 4 has a lot of possibilities to be super complex. And Lost Ark, I don't know enough about the end game for Lost Ark, but it's like playing Lost Ark was kind of simpler for me. Like Path of Exile's complexity was like 10 times worse than Lost Ark's. I think we're gonna have like a middle ground for Diablo 4 where it's gonna be right in the middle and the complexity level. So again, looking for an immersive and exciting game experience, I think Diablo 4 is perfect for you. It's a perfect choice. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And thanks for staying to the end of the video. Like always, keep gaming and stay positive.